Hello everyone, let's have more news about the Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Warriors react to Jimmy Butler's offseason move on Monday. The Golden State Warriors had a disappointing end to their season, being eliminated with an injured lineup in the NBA playoffs. They defeated the Houston Rockets in the first round and ultimately suffered a loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves, losing 4-1 to Anthony Edwards and company in the second round of the postseason. The Warriors played much of the second round without Stephen Curry, who was sidelined with a hamstring injury. While fans have been monitoring the health of Curry, the Warriors turned their heads with a reaction to Jimmy Butler's recent move. During the offseason, Butler attended renowned artist J Balvin's 40th birthday party alongside some big names including France and Real Madrid soccer star Kylian Mbappe and F1 driver Lando Norris. Jimmy Butler was traded to the Golden State Warriors ahead of the NBA trade deadline midway through the season. Butler departed from Miami after several seasons of deep playoff runs with the Heat. While he was able to make an immediate impact on both ends of the floor for the Warriors, it wasn't enough to lift them in the postseason without Curry. Last season, Butler averaged 17.5 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.4 assists per game. His best game in the postseason came in Game 3 of the second round when the Golden State Warriors lost 102-97. The Warriors guard posted 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. It seems Butler is enjoying his offseason with several familiar faces. He has ample time before the NBA gathers for training camp, and Butler has to fully prepare for his first full season with the Warriors. Now let's go to another video. Don't forget to leave a like.
Rather have Sabonis or Draymond Green to start? Well, first I really want to know, have the Warriors and Kings made a trade before? Like, it doesn't seem like they would, especially today's age. They've made 3 trades in their history: 91, 2010, and 2025. With us getting Butler, Kings, Davion Mitchell went to the Raptors, and then I think he ended up in Miami. So it was a whole mix of things happening. It has happened. What about with the Celtics? Obviously, we beat them in the finals as of recently. 3 deals right here. Nothing crazy to really recognize. Jordan Crawford. And then what about Warriors and Bulls? 3 trades. Again, Jimmy Butler trade. So you go back to the Kings making that happen. But other than that, not a lot. So this isn't a team or teams the Warriors trade a lot with. Randy Silver, Warriors Digest. We're breaking down all the Warriors news for you. Just a quick high level. Again, we'll get into the trade thing. Please subscribe to Warriors Digest so you don't miss anything that we break down for you. Myself, Arthur, got all the news. So for Draymond Green, he's owed $25 million in 25-26 and 26-27 owed $27 million. Not a crazy amount of money, so it's a doable trade, but you're losing somebody who is rated a first team all defense this year, top 3. I'm going to say he was third, right? Definitely top 5. I'm going to say third in the Defensive Player of the Year. A triple singles on offense is what he's known for. Sabonis, what does he bring to the table? Let me pull this up for you. Make sure you have a visual. He's younger than Green. He's only 29. Led the NBA in rebounding 3 years in a row, which is something that we need really bad. League's second best passing big man behind Jokic, which would be great for Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. 41% from 3 this season, which is nice. So it should help out this team. I would say, hey, I do like that trade, but I don't think the Kings are giving up Sabonis. So if we just did Draymond Green, trade the Kings for Sabonis, you can see Sabonis is owed $43 million, 3 years. Would this trade even work? Let's try. If it's just directly Green for Sabonis. Am I zoomed in? Let me make sure this is zoomed in for you guys so you can see right there. Failed. Why? Let me make this bigger. Why did this fail? Golden State would have 9 standard contract players after the trade, and we need to get to 14. Fair. Financially, Warriors unable to complete this trade since they're not over an apron team, and they were sending out between $7.5 million and $29 million salary. They're only able to take $7.5 million back. Warriors can only take back $33 million salary based on the amount they were sending out. So you can see right here again. Sabonis 43 million, Green 25 million. What does that make? About 18 million. So we're not able to go over the apron. So how do we make this work then? What if we go back? What if they also want, let's say they want a young player in Brandon. Trade the Kings. Maybe they want some shooting. They don't want Buddy back. Maybe they want another young player in Moody. And let's say a 2029 first round pick. How would that work? Failed. So we would lose consecutive draft picks 29, 20, 30. So we can't make that work. Let's go back. So let's do 2028 first round. So after they're gone, try trade. Boom. So this actually would work if you wanted it this way. Moody, Pajemski, so they get young pieces back, potentially to take Levine and DeMar DeRozan, like their backups or their future, plus Draymond Green. Now you get Sabonis, and you give up a first-round pick. That would work. So, folks, would you do this trade? And again, I'm not saying that I would do this or I won't do this. I'm just trying to see how this would work. So, is this something that you would do? Maybe you think a first round with those players is too much. Fine. Let's do a second round in 2030. What about in 2031? So 2 second-round picks plus those players. That works as well. So you can see why is this working as well? Because the impact. We made the money work where it's 25 plus 11 is 36, 37 with the extra, and now you're at 40, and Sabonis is 43. So you're in that 7.5 million compliance. But again, I don't think the Kings are doing a trade like that, but this is how that trade would work. So comment your thoughts if you like that. Next would be Derek White of the Celtics. So if you got Derek White, where is he at? 4 years, $28 million. Trade the Warriors. And who the Warriors have? Let's just say it is Draymond Green. Could you do this trade directly up? You could, because Derek White is owed $28 million and Draymond Green is $25 million. So you're in that $7.5 million range. Now, again, I don't think the Celtics would do this because you're giving up a guard who's a bit younger for a post player. And Derek White was a big part of the Celtics. But Derek White would be a great player next to Curry. One, he can make threes. He plays good defense, can hustle, and would take some pressure off. Now, maybe they want a young player as well to take back. So Draymond Green plus maybe they say, you know what, we do like Pajemski, or you know what, we want more of a guard. No, they probably want a point guard to take back because you got Tatum. Actually, well, you're gonna miss Tatum next year, so maybe they're gonna want Moody because Tatum is gone. And because we're giving up players, maybe they'll throw in a pick as well, like a second round pick to help out the Warriors because we lost a young player. Try trade, failed. Why does this work? Celtics are unable to complete this trade since they're over the second apron team. They're only able to take back 100% of the salary they are sending out plus $0. So you can see that because of this trade, they're now over $9.3 million. That won't work. So it can't be Moody. So again, this is why when people say, oh, trade this player for this player, you have to look at the specifics. It doesn't work. So what if we did BP then? That works because now you're at 25 plus 3 is 28, 29 million, 28 million. So you're right there within the compliance of 2.2 million. So maybe they do that. BP and Green for Derek White and a second round pick. Again, I don't think the Celtics are giving up White, especially Tatum getting hurt. They really need guard players now. And the last trade was Kobe White of the Bulls. Let's go to the Bulls. Kobe White. 1 year, $12.8 million. If we do him directly for, where's Kobe White? For Draymond Green. Try trade. Does not work. Why? Bulls are unable to complete this trade since they're not an over apron team and they're sending out between 7.5 million and 20 million. Only able to take back 7.5 million. So you can see 25 million, 12 million, that makes you at 13 million. So Bulls would probably have to give up more players. And we've talked about really wanting Nikola, so both of them on expiring contracts. That does free up space. And maybe they'll say, hey, Warriors, in return, we want a pick coming back. Probably not going to be first round picks for those, but we'll take a second round upcoming to build our team, and maybe one in the future as well. Let's see how that works. Failed. Golden State would have 10. Warriors are unable to complete the trade. Now we're bringing too much money back. 8.4 million minus 8.4. So you know what? Maybe they'd say, you know what? Whatever the Kobe White, we just want Vucevic because we want rebounding. So what if we just do Vucevic? Try trade. That works. Draymond Green. So now they're getting a power forward. Chicago. A couple second round picks plus Vucevic. I don't think they're going to do this type of trade, but it works. So again, you're just seeing how this works out. What if we throw on a young player as well as they're trying to rebuild their team? That works. And in this case, maybe you don't actually give up your picks then. How do I get rid of the picks? Undo trade. Undo trade. Try trade. Works. So you get an idea of how these teams have to manage their salary, money, make it work. Of course, with free agency coming up, draft coming up, there's a lot that can go into it. So folks, comment your thoughts. Would you take Sabonis, White, or White? Do you like those trades? And again, don't just say, I would trade this for this. Go into Fanspo and do the trades, copy it, and then show us how it would work. Comment your thoughts and subscribe to Warriors Digest so you don't miss anything.
In which I've been saying all year on the podcast, Steve Kerr said at the end of the season, he mentioned that starting you at center, I think is doable for the last 30 games like we did this year. But as you see, it takes a toll on him. One, congratulations.
Appreciate you, bro.
What do you think about, those comments? Because I agree. I've been saying that all year. When Draymond Green does not have to assume all of the defensive responsibilities, then it makes the engine turn, right?
First off, thank you. For me to be on all defense first team and look at the guys next to me, 26 years old, 23 years old, 22 years old, 22 years old, I'm sitting there looking at that like, wow, man, like, I remember being a young guy in the league and like still seeing Tim Duncan making all defensive teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, he's still doing it. And to be just completed year 13 and still up there with those young guys. And like it's such an honor to be up there with those guys because I remember being that young guy. And I know that grind of like, yo, what you striving for? And so to understand their mindset of where they are in their careers and how every day looks for them and knowing how every day looks for me and where I am in my career and to still be up there, bro, it's such an honor. And I'm excited. To have 5 first teams is a big deal to me, and I tell you why.
That's huge.
Because it's one thing to be on all defensive team. I love it. But I had the pleasure and honor of having Chris Paul as a teammate last year. And, bro, I think CP got like 7 first teams. So it actually inspired me. I said it to CP last year, like, see, you got 7 first teams? And so I want that, and, man, to be on that list is incredible. And as far as what Steve said, God bless his heart.
Yeah, it was real.
It is because playing the 5, it's hard. Like, it's hard. And I'm always down to do it, as you know, bro. Like, any challenge you throw my way, I'll take on the challenge. But it's hard battling every night guys who outweigh me by 60 to 80 pounds. And they
4 inches, 5
6,
inches,
7 inches taller than me.
Height,
It does take a toll. And in most situations for me, where I notice it take the toll, like I come out in the first half because I still got my legs, and like the J ball is fire. You know what I'm saying? Then I come out in the second half where you've been battling.
You can't even feel it.
You anchor in the defense. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people understand the toll of and what anchoring the defense requires. Like that means every possession, I have to put myself in a position to stop a fire. You know what I'm saying? To like help stop something. It takes a lot, you know what I'm saying? But like I always say, I'm cut out for it. Whenever our organization need to go to it, I'm right here, let's do it. I ain't gonna never complain about it. But I agree with Steve. If we can have a different starting center, and at some point if we need to go to that, cool, but it's a lot. And as I get older and older in this league, it becomes tougher and tougher. These guys get younger, more athletic. And like I said, I think I'm more than capable of hanging with the young guys and the athleticism, but it does take its toll. So I agree.
Yeah, you need a matchup.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be matched up with everybody. And looking at, the time now is you switching out to a one, you switching out to Anthony Edwards, you switching out to Julius Randle, you switching out to Nas Reed, you got Rudy Gobert, you got to stand them up, you got Sagoon, you got Adams, you trying to stand them up, you trying to switch off to Jalen Green. It becomes the toll, right? Because all you thinking about is defense, 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 because that's the only real energy that you have to get that rebound or to stop that pick and roll. So on the offensive end, I always say this is it takes away from you because you are you're an offensive playmaker for the team. So if you don't feel like you can make a play, you can finish a play, you can shoot the ball to keep the defense honest, then it kind of disrupts the offensive flow. But if you can come in and say, hey, I'm going guarding a power forward all game, and then I'm going to wind up on Sagoon at the end of the game, then it makes your job easier, right? And it makes anchoring easy, but it also saves a lot of legs, your intellect, and you can get more out of Draymond Green on the offensive end. And, that's what I've been saying all year, but I've been seeing it taking a toll. That's what I asked, how you feel, man? Because I can see, like, you're wearing down, right? You're wearing down because at every game you got to push some big dudes around. You know what I mean?
1,000%. Now, I can feel that. So I agree. When I look back at 2022 when we won that championship, bro, and specifically I go back to that Denver series, just about every game we would start Looney on Joker. And then I switch to Joker. And even if it's for the first 6 minutes, bro, it makes such a big difference. Even if it's for 6 minutes. Loon battle with him, and then I go battle with him. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes all the difference in the world. So I'm rolling. I think I can use that. So I love it.
Congrats, my bro. Congrats.
Appreciate it, my dog.
What do you think about Tyrese Halliburton? He hit the Reggie Miller choke celebration. Oh, that was cold-blooded. Man.
Hey, as much as I love the choke celebration, and I pray to God the NBA don't find him. We take so many things so literal, and like in today's day and age, you can't act like you're choking someone. And like, let's face it.
Come on.
The guy is not really about to choke someone. And so I hope the NBA don't find him because that's what we paying to see. Like, you talk about entertainers being entertainers. You talk about stars being stars on the biggest stage at the Mecca, like the stars showing up. I pray the NBA don't find him. But I will tell you this about the choke. My favorite thing about the choke was Tyrese after the game saying, I don't know if I should have used it in game one.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my favorite
that may come back to haunt you, Killer.
Ooh, hey, I'm telling you, that was my favorite part of the show. He said, I don't know if I should have used it in game one, but I'm here to say, I think he should use it if they win in game two. I think he should use it if they win in game 3, game 4, game 5.
Yeah, just be the villain.
Like, just lean into it at this point now, because the run
into it.
Back down the court with Reggie Miller himself in the building.
Yeah,
with
that was
Spike
crazy.
Lee in the building. And
Spike wasn't there.
Spike wasn't in the building?
Nah, Spike wasn't in the building.
I thought Spike was in the building. Okay.
Dave Chappelle was in the building.
That's shocking Spike wasn't in the building. I told you, listen, from where we were sitting, you couldn't see who.
You couldn't see. They look like magnets.
Yeah, you could. But I thought Spike but to run down the court like this, man.
That's ill, bro.
That's crazy. I can't believe you did that.
That's ill. Tyrese Halliburton made 4 game tying or go ahead field goals in the final 5 seconds of the fourth quarter. That's third behind Reggie Miller with 5 and LeBron.
Warriors Canal. 1 Parte 2. Warriors named clear fit for top free agent center. Myles Turner enters free agency this summer as one of the most dependable two-way bigs in the league. And if he leaves the Indiana Pacers, the Golden State Warriors are one Western Conference team being tipped as a clear fit. ESPN's Kevin Pelton named the Warriors as a clear fit for Turner in a recent piece on free agent scenarios. He cited them as one of 2 potential landing spots if he leaves Indiana. The pairing would address a major need: a starting caliber big who can space the floor, anchor the defense, and give Stephen Curry a true interior partner for the first time in years. Turner just wrapped up a strong season. He averaged 15.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 2.0 blocks per game. Additionally, he shot 39.6% from 3. His ability to protect the rim and hit outside shots makes him a natural fit in Golden State's system, especially given Draymond Green's age. Moreover, the team's over-reliance on small ball lineups in 2024 to 25 only heightens the need for a dependable big. The Warriors spent much of last season piecing together front court minutes with Green, Kevon Looney, and Trace Jackson Davis. But with Looney's future uncertain and Jackson Davis still developing, the need for a reliable athletic 5 is real, and Turner fits the bill. Of course, it wouldn't be easy. Turner is reportedly seeking a contract starting around $30 million per year, according to The Athletic, which would likely require a sign and trade for a team like Golden State. Such a deal would be complicated given the Warriors' current roster structure and financial constraints. But if they want to maximize the remainder of Curry's championship window, it may be worth exploring. Whether Turner is even available depends on Indiana. And you, fan, what do you think about Myles Turner's situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.